I see you have returned.
Oh, here we go.
Days mean nothing in the maw of forever. I never left your side.
She's still hot. I'm not gonna lie. Like... Oh, this is the last time. Okay. Yep. Though I did find out it also auto-saves, so I could have just gone with the auto-save in the same spot. But thank you for reminding me to, like, do saves. If this is the last time, is there anything you'd like me to bring you? So far we've gone through and either rescued or killed the princess repeatedly. And it brings back that version of the princess to this eternal being. Ooh, my arm's gone. It brings back this parts of the princess to this eternal being. And the last one was fucking awful, so I'm a little bit worried.
These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the thread is fully drawn.
I'm getting back the space for my hand, damn it. There we go. I could just... We haven't tried Destroy Your Body yet. Should we try it, and then we can just reload the game if it ends game? I feel like that's a quick out to the game. I mean, yeah, we haven't tried it. Let's try it. Destroy your body. You raise your will to end your life, but as it buries into the space your body should be, you feel nothing at all. Biblically accurate, princess. One of the many hands in front of you reaches forward and gently plucks the instrument from your hands.
There's nowhere for you to be but here.
Well, shit, we can't even kill ourselves. I guess I'm ready to go back.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are.
Okay, so we've had a loving heart, a tender heart. Like, everything so far sounds good.
I'll be here, waiting for you.
And we die again. Okay, last round. Let's try not to create something awful.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
I am still obsessed with the
and
parallax.
in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay, we've gone through pretty much all of these. Let's just continue to the cabin.
You make your way up the short
Yeah, it's
path to the
beautiful.
cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Puppy, 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 puppy. No dagger because I don't want Angry Princess for our last piece of princess.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine
I
layer
want
of
Friendly
dust.
Princess. Let's
The
get
only
Friendly
furniture of
Princess.
note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I don't. I don't want to do this right. We did that. We got the good ending. It was awful.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp.
As usual, by the way, if y'all need the audio levels adjusted, let me
The
know.
princess really lives here, Slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Okay, so I know we did hi. I don't think we've done just checking in on you. No, we did. That resulted in that god-awful one. Let's not do that. Fuck it, I'm here to save you!
You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever.
I see. You're trying to get her to lower her guard. It's a gamble, but it might work.
Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
I still, like...
You walk down the
She's
stairs
cute.
and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever.
Yeah, the style on this is
I hope
amazing,
you brought
Gage.
something to deal with these chains.
I did not. If I bring the dagger, you think I'm here to kill you.
You were lying when you said you were here to rescue her, but regardless of your intentions, breaking her out of those chains would be a big mistake. Don't even try it.
Hold on, let's talk a bit first.
Oh.
So, Gage, since you weren't here last time, you are not allowed to repeat the same choices you did before. If I'm the
don't see what
person
that
you've
has to do with
seen
anything.
here, what have you been eating or drinking?
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess. That's hardly relevant. Okay, but actually, what has she been eating? She has to eat, right?
Of course I'm locked up down here for a reason. I don't actually know what that reason is, but you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without
Oh, we're
giving
actually making her think
some
about it
sort
this
of
time.
Explanation, right?
You have all the explanation you need, and you should know better than to trust whatever she comes up with.
Okay, so my options are to retrieve the blade or retrieve the blade, because I've already done everything else. I'm going to go get the blade and see if we can use it to break her out.
You turn back to the stairs, intent on retrieving the blade in the cabin.
Where are you going? You can't just leave me here. You'd better hope for your own sake that I don't slip these chains before you make it back down here.
Oh,
Slip
shit.
these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here.
Oh shit!
The conviction in her voice. I don't think she's bluffing.
Hey, Corey! Yeah, back to Princess.
She has to be bluffing, but I'd hurry if I were you. You rush up to the first floor, grabbing the blade, both yours and the world's only possible salvation.
Now my pointer has... This is chapter 1 of this run-through. We went back up the stairs to get the blade after we went down without it.
Okay. If we're sure about this decision, I'll support it. I suppose we have a world to save after all.
But it has greatly limited our choices because we've been through it so
You
many
slowly
times.
creep down the basement stairs. It's quiet. Where the princess sat only a moment
Oh
ago,
shit!
there's only a severed arm, its cooling flesh still chained to the wall. And she is nowhere to be seen.
Because I went back to get the knife and didn't say anything to her.
Is it just me? Or did this room get a lot bigger?
I think we got off on the wrong foot. You think we can start over? I am a little bit of a coward. She was really
No.
scary last time.
I don't think we can.
Well, fuck.
Why don't you come closer? I have something to show you.
Let's finish
Your
this.
eyes dart to the corners of the room. You don't see her. Where is she?
Behind us.
You close the door behind you. Almost magically, its locks immediately click into place.
Hey, Plum!
Maybe they'll open if you finish the job.
I'll wait.
Do you want to play a waiting game? I've been down here a long, long time. I'm very good at waiting.
You do your best to patiently wait her out, but eventually, exhaustion starts to set in. Come on, wake up. We can't fall asleep down here.
We really can, by the way. Okay, do we approach or do we just keep waiting? This is our last run, so I'm gonna ask y'all for what you want to do on these things occasionally.
Greetings from the reception hall. We're coming at you live from the reception hall. 123 milliwatts of power.
About 40 until you're actually home? Okay. Oh, 40 left at work. Boop, 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 boop. Venture in? Okay. At least I won't be a coward this time.
Too late, you hear the quiet patter of feet against the basement floor, followed by the taut pull and
Welp,
sharp
I'm dead.
pain of tearing flesh as the princess lunges into you from behind and drags you to the floor.
Oh god, she's hot
Velocity
again.
overwhelms you,
Fuck.
and as the princess rends flesh from bone, your limp fingers lose their grip on the blade. It slips from your hand, your one last means of defense, lying useless beside you in a pool of your cooling blood.
This
suppose
so
you just lack
does
the will to
aesthetic
fight
things
back.
for me.
This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. You
It's
shouldn't
never
have
the
let
end.
that fear creep into your heart. You had the upper hand, and now look at you.
You be careful with
Everything goes
those.
dark, and you die.
I think technically at that point you can just make me in-stream. I don't remember what the cost for that one
You're
was.
on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of
Dragon,
that
dragon,
cabin
dragon, dragon.
is a
Sorry, playing with
princess.
trouble.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Wait, hasn't this happened already?
It hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it. We've just met for the first time, you and I.
Well, I mostly put that in there because of how often y'all were telling me I had to go to bed when I was sleepy. I was like, well, fine, if you want me to go to bed.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. If he doesn't remember what happened... there's
Oh,
something
Voice of the Hunted, that's a new
trapped
one.
here. You're not trapped here. Nobody's forcing you to do anything, though the only sensible thing for you to do right now is march up to that cabin and slay the princess.
We could just leave. He said he's not forcing us. I kind of want to try leaving again. Even though, like, we know why we shouldn't, you know? Yeah, bye.
You have already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
Okay, so we're actually just not allowed to leave anymore. Got it.
Before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. Does a cat lie to a cornered mouse when it plays with its freedom?
Oh my gosh.
Or is it just acting out its nature? I don't see why that matters. A lie's a lie. And
The
if
one where we
anything,
broke
she's
the
one who's
world was
cornered.
me leaving.
She could have gotten out of there whenever she wanted to. We should trust nothing that she tells us, only what we hear and smell. That's a very roundabout way of saying that you should listen to me and take this seriously. Maybe.
We found what happened. It was terrifying.
The interior of the cabin is ruinous and dilapidated. It feels like no one has lived here for a long time, wind rushing in through cracks and holes in the wooden walls. The only furniture of note is a termite-eaten table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. That's because there isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't.
I'm doing the mirror so that Gage can see what happens with the mirror.
Thing to lie about. Maybe he doesn't see it. Much like he hasn't seen what's already happened. We shouldn't waste time preening, but if he is lying about the mirror, it might be important. Or it's dangerous. I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would it even do?
We are, of course, now going to approach the
Walk
mirror.
up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny. You reach forward and rub your hand
And I'm
against
still a
the
bird.
cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But it was there a second ago. And now it's gone.
Okay, I'm taking the
You
blade.
take the blade from the table. It will be
Because
difficult
I'm not
slay
going to
the
do another
princess
coward
and save
run.
The world without a weapon. The door to the basement creaks
Oh,
open,
this is new.
revealing what's left of an old wooden staircase. It's still sturdy enough that you can make your way down in one piece, though you'll have to be mindful of holes. The air seeping up from below is oddly
Are we
warm
entering
and
a
wet,
swamp?
as if you're descending into a jungle.
Jungle.
If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. She growls up the stairs.
I can smell you.
I took a shower.
She sounds almost feral. Impatient. Or maybe eager. You carefully make your way down the stairs. The last step gives way to the damp earth floor of a starlit pit. The walls are obscured by an impenetrable darkness, giving the illusion that the room might stretch on forever. You brush against the wide leaves of plants that surround you on all sides, seemingly the only living things that occupy this strange underground wilderness. The jungle is pressing in on us, hiding her from view. She could be anywhere.
She's right there.
See only a flash of the princess before she scurries away into the underbrush, dragging her heavy chain behind her. Remember, she's just a princess. She is certainly not just a princess. You're not helping. It doesn't matter what she is. It only matters what she does. Her shining eyes appear
There she
between
is.
the leaves, staring
I bet she's
hungrily
really
at you
cute.
from the darkness.
I can hear your heart pounding from the bottom of the stairs, fledgling. You're right to be terrified. I'm so much more than you. And a little splinter clutched in trembling hands won't save you from me.
A shiver rushes up your spine and pulls you upright. The air's shifting. She's getting ready to pounce. Move, now.
Okay. You're about to attack me, aren't you? I can see right through you. Seems like the way to go. Or we don't have to kill each other. Again, this is our last run through. If y'all have... You'd say just move? Okay. Remember, Explorer doesn't actually progress the plot. We can talk and then move. But, okay, we're moving.
You run off the side, picking a direction on instinct. As you land, you're buffeted by a gust of air, disturbed by the sudden motion of a massive body. The princess. In an instant, she's pouncing
Oh,
on the
shit!
spot where you would have been, her chains rattling across the floor behind her.
Ah, okay.
Before you can blink, she's gone, vanishing once more into the shadows. But you still feel her gaze on you.
You're faster than you were before, but you're still meek, reactive, prey.
True. That was
You whirl
wonderful,
around to
though.
find her, and your gaze meets hers, a pair of shining eyes peering out at you from just beyond the basement stairs. So
True.
she's cut off our escape. Shit. What do we do?
We attack, motherfucker.
You cannot reason your way out of this, fledgling.
I
There's
tried
no
to join up with her.
compromise with what I am.
At least she's upfront about her intentions.
So stop hiding and show
If
yourself.
you want to see me, you should get better at seeing.
That means you're afraid.
She knows that her strength lies in shadows and secrets. She won't reveal herself unless she has to. She's coiling for another strike. Be somewhere else. We're on the back foot. The back foot keeps us nimble, keeps us alive. It doesn't matter if it keeps us alive if it eventually kills
Yep,
us.
we need to
take
fight
our
back.
Momentum. We need to do something.
Fuck it, we're hitting her back.
This isn't going to work. We're in her domain. We just have to stay alive.
Hiding from a creature forever is not
If we
possible.
keep dodging her forever, we're going to get tired. We're going to slip up. We have to take a risk. As the princess lunges from the shadows once more, the titan blade lash out. It strikes, cutting deep, and the princess loses her focus, crying out in pained surprise as she crashes into you.
And once again, she got hotter.
You're sent sprawling, and can already feel the massive bruise blossoming on your ribs as she scrambles back into the darkness.
Yeah, but I slit her throat.
Look at that! We wounded her. And she wounded us. Bad trade.
That hurt. Are you just the cornered animal you seem to be? Or could you be a rival?
She rears back, then leaps at you, more forceful, more ferocious, more serious. The scuffle
Fuck.
is brief, and though you inflict a few
Yeah,
wounds,
she's-
you find
see?
yourself quickly overwhelmed by her savagery.
I blame furries.
Collapse to the floor, and she wastes no time before pouncing on you in a flurry of claws and blood, your nerves barely able to keep up with the onslaught. By the end, you're lying in a nest of your own intestines.
Well, shit.
Spine severed, blood rapidly draining out onto the jungle floor. The princess, drenched in both her blood and yours, idly prods your body.
Stab her in the girl dick.
No, that's it then. Cornered animal it was. Do better next time. I still need to devour you. And it doesn't count if you're dead.
We're not dead, But you don't have time to protest her premature observation of your death, because everything goes dark, and you die.
Oh, hey! We got a chapter 3 this time.
You're on a path in the wood. Yeah, we are. And this time we're not gonna run until we die. We're taking her head on and we're winning.
Fuck yeah.
You felt her. She didn't have a soft underbelly. She didn't have blind spots. What could we have done that would have saved us from her hunger? When someone tries to make you dead, you have to hit them back. You have to show them your authority. There's nothing worse.
Yep, joke's on you, I'm not dead.
Great. So you've been here before. That doesn't bode well. You're not supposed to have been here before. This is supposed to be one and done. Oh, shut up. It bodes fine. You're the reason we're stuck in this shit situation. Now I have to do the hard work of dragging us out. And how do you intend to do that? We're going to fight her, and we're going to win. There's a reason she slinks around in the shadows. Well, no complaints here. Now hold on. We're not just gonna let the fact that he knows things about this whole Lupin situation go, are we? He's not important. He can have his secrets for all I care. She's killed us twice now, and that's enough of a reason for us to want her dead.
The path is different than it was before.
Round, it doesn't matter what shape it takes. We'll adapt.
That's a shitty answer.
If it looks different, that's because the situation has started to spiral out of everyone's control. So please, disavow yourself of the notion that you can just come back here and fix this place if you manage to make a mess, before that line of thinking leaves you yet another world in ruin.
Oh, now he
Though,
remembers.
as evidenced by you dying twice, it's safe to assume the fates of the worlds you've left behind don't concern you very much. Consider this your last opportunity to make things right. For you, and for the rest of existence. But especially for you. We don't need your pep talk. I'll
Make sure we pull this off. I want answers, motherfucker.
Putting you at a disadvantage. If anything, I've told you
Sorry,
too
I was
much.
drinking.
Like that grumbling voice said just a moment ago, you've already died by her hands twice. You shouldn't need much else in the way of motivation.
Weirdly, I do. Yeah. This is like, we create the world and she reacts, and it's very
Fated
weird.
confrontation awaits. You know what to do. So, we need a plan.
Light the cabin on fire.
We've already been over the plan. I'm not sure that use violence counts as a plan.
It's a pretty good plan.
It's a better plan than you had last time. I don't like this, but I'll try to keep us breathing. The interior is dark and overgrown. Vines
Mirrors
and
here
brush
again.
obscure so much of the place that, had you not seen the exterior, you might not have noticed this was a cabin at all. The only furniture of note, if you could call it that, is a knotted stump, a pristine blade embedded in its exposed rings. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you're going to do this right.
Be good, baby.
Take it. We're not fighting a monster without a blade. Even if it's not a very big one. Great. That mirror's back. And it's where the door is supposed to be.
That has never boded well.
What are you talking about? There is no mirror. It's just the stump and a narrow tunnel that leads to the basement. He isn't tricking us. Can you feel the wind? It's telling us there's a hole in that wall. Our eyes deceive
It's telling
us.
you that what's down the basement is there its reflection of you.
If that mirror's blocking our way, just smash it and be done with it. Yes, take the steel claw. You pull the blade from the stump, gripping it tight. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Good. One step closer to ending this.
Up to the mirror we go.
You step forward, approaching the small hole that leads to the basement, hesitating before you enter the princess's lair.
Smash the mirror.
Stop hesitating and smash that antique. That mirror isn't part of this place. It's seeped through from somewhere else. It, if there even is an it, is a hallucination. Like you said, you've been here twice before. Your mind was bound to start playing tricks on you eventually.
Yep, I've noticed that too.
It went away after we reached out to it last time. Might as well try wiping it clean again. What's the harm?
Smash it.
You bring your fist crashing down into the open hole leading to the basement.
Whoops!
Throwing yourself
I listened to the stubborn one. It
headlong
told me to smash it. Whoops.
If there were once stairs leading into the basement, there is nothing left to attest to their existence now. There is only a long tunnel of packed earth, growing more narrow as you descend.
I have wanted to smash the mirror every time we've seen it.
It smells of mold and decay. The damp walls leave streaks of dirt along your body as you're forced to hunch, then finally squat down on all fours in order to continue. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour. As you crawl forward on hands and knees, you're met only with the sounds of ambient earth. No voice slinks confidently up the stairs, no entity threatens violence or pleads for safety. Stay quiet. Don't give her a sound.
Okay, we're listening to
Say
the
nothing,
voices.
maintaining the silence as you carefully make your way down into the basement. The basement is dark and cavernous, a gaping maw threatening to swallow you whole. There is no light here, save for what little starlight has managed to filter down the tunnel. And though you can't see the vastness of the space, you can feel it. You're exposed.
Oh no, I'm exposing myself on Twitch.
It doesn't matter if we can't see down here. We know where she is.
Fight, fight,
Step
fight,
into the
fight!
shadows and are enveloped in total darkness. Your heart pounds in your chest, ears pricked, eyes wide despite the inky blackness.
Is Stubborn his best voice?
Silent
Okay.
movement.
I'll listen to Stubborn.
There,
Fight!
he's about to strike. With the near silence of a determined
Now she's got
predator, the
wings.
princess erupts from the shadows.
She's pretty.
Swinging your blade, its tip intercepting her before she can draw first blood. She recoils, stunned for a brief moment.
Fight, motherfucker!
See, I told you. We needed
She's
to
a tar.
assert our might. We needed to prove to her that she can bleed too. She'll doubt her every move now. Even more ferocity than before. But that voice in your head wasn't wrong. Within that ferocity, there is also hesitation. Not much, but enough. Not a word is spoken between you and the princess as you exchange blows in the dark. The glint of bloody claws and fangs, the flash of wet steel. In the pit, all of your senses are heightened, each injury stinging like a chorus of insects. Each
I was
swing
hoping we
shaped
could
in your
tame her.
favor, a major victory that swells your heart. Reaches a climax.
I sure did.
And
But he doesn't respond. Eyes glance at you from the untextured threads of a world unraveled. Am I free? They ask. That was it. That's our last princess for this part. but you do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now? But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. That thing reeks of death. Screw the mirror. We just need to find the princess.
Let's find the princess.
Okay. If you say so, we'll trust you. I'd like to be somewhere nice.
Let's go somewhere nice.
Maybe there'll be a good fight there. Maybe we'll find her again.
You approach the mirror and gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You're nothing at all. Raven! But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze and then you see it, a figure, faint and veiled in shadow, just beyond the reflection. Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
A crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image in the glass in two. And then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. So you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever get to see you. What are you? If you're not me, then what are you? I have so many questions. We have multiple options here. I've met you many times. Has it been the same you all along? That's my thought too.
I haven't, and that's by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon, and then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
Up there went a chunk of mirror. I feel like what is my true identity is a very good one to ask, but I don't trust him. So we know if we actually succeed, which we did at one point, the world just enters basically stasis with no change or anything interesting ever happening again. So why the fuck are you doing this to him?
The only way this construct could function was if nobody knew what it was doing. But the bones of the universe are old. It's on the cusp of its dying breath, and the people out there are consumed with thoughts of oblivion. When the patterns are wiped from the sand, when the board is reset, who will remember them? All I've done is give them a chance to live outside of the shadow of the end.
That wasn't worthwhile. Well, we answered that one already. Who am I? Seems to be like the central question of the game, so...
You're the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death.
Oh, well, we are still going. What's
She
the
is
princess?
shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be.
There we go,
People
there was
can't
the answer.
perceive things, not in the way that people can. So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you. This isn't the end just yet. You can still destroy her and save everyone. You were made to do this single task, and you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone.
Honestly, that's the answer. I don't want to be a god, I
You
just want to
are
be
you.
me.
And if you had let everything work the way it was supposed to, you never would have woken up to the reality of your true nature. There's no accounting for free will.
If you made us, I want you to know this has been... Yeah, he wants us to kill change. Yeah, that was actually the good ending. What if we just stay together?
It wouldn't work. Her nature as the shifting mound makes it so nothing can last forever as it is now. It wouldn't matter how long the two of you waited.
We
Eventually
already
she
saw
would
what a
find way
world
to leave.
without her was.
And then
It was
everything
stasis.
would
Nothing
change.
changed. It was awful.
Everything would face oblivion. And until then, the clock ticks on.
Honestly, if you made us, I want you to know this has been
Inevitability of
torture.
death is torture. I would gladly put two infinite beings through what you've been through to spare infinite lives from oblivion.
But to answer the question here we have, what would it be like to live in a world without her?
Light, burdenless, an eternal pattern of forgetfulness leading into the joys of rediscovery. Everyone will be with the ones they love. No more fear, no more howling chaos. Just life. Forever.
That sounds terrible.
There's a cruel irony to it all. The only way I could share my dream with the world was to never be able to see it for myself.
How did you die seems like a good one. But also, why did you make her a princess? Or, yeah, why not an ant or a slice of soggy bread? Of all things,
You
why a
wanted me to spend
princess?
my final moments psychoanalyzing you. She wound up a princess because you wanted her to be a princess. As to why, maybe she needed to be beautiful, important, above you, but on a level you could still approach. A herald of things to come. I don't know. Gods are supposed to be beyond comprehension. I really shouldn't try and anthropomorphize you like this.
Oh, that was a great line. If I destroy her, won't I be alone?
Yes, you will. But it will all be worth it.
Will not. In fact, you know what? I'm not gonna kill her, and I want you to know that before you die.
There's no reasoning with a god, even one you've woven into existence yourself. I've said my piece, and my time is up. I'm just an echo, and every echo fades away.
As the final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. The narrator was right. Europe belonged quiet, a vast and nascent god, and it's finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. Proceed to the cabin one last time. Are we gonna finish this tonight? When you arrive at the heart of things, there's no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There is nothing for you to find. Oh, she's beautiful.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
She's so pretty. I've missed you too. Yeah, we'll try another game. She unfurls an endless cascade of smiles in response, and then patiently waits for you to continue. Do you know about the echo? Did you hear our conversation?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
Basically, she's change in your stasis. Change is a natural state. Being in stasis is not. Entropy is a natural force. I'm alone quiet, but I don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the Shifting Mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
What happens
Ever the
now?
passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from one into
Oh,
two,
we were one
it
entering
gave you a
entity. We got
chance
split.
and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
There's so many stories we've left unfinished. Can we really just leave? Don't you have a say in all of this? Why is this all falling to me? Let's talk this through. I still have so many questions, and I need answers before I can make a choice. If you were always going to become this, then what was the point of me doing anything? Did it even matter what roads I walked if all of them led to this moment? I told you what was going to happen when we reached this point, and then you slay her. I'm going to talk. I want to know why I had to do all that shit if she was just going to end up the same no matter what.
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it.
Okay. This is gonna sound down bad, but real quick, it's not just me, right? That one right there. Wait. That one right there. That one's eating her out.
Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well.
Oh shit!
This is what it takes to enlighten you? Then so be it.
The beast!
You are devoured. Pray for something bigger than you that stalks and slinks in shadows. But even after the pain of defeat, you returned.
So it does matter.
The dance is its own truth. It is the movement that matters, not the pause you mistake for an ending.
The dance was good, wasn't it?
It will always be good if you choose to live in it. Do not linger on the highs and lows. They are fleeting strokes on a larger canvas.
There are few things more terrifying than one's own heart, and there is almost nothing more terrifying than sharing it with another. But the most terrifying thing of all is to leave one's heart unshared. You are the only thing like me, and I am the only thing like you.
Honestly, that's the hottest one. That does terrible things for me.
Could you bear the weight of an eternity alone? Do you dare to shape a reality of solitude and thrust it on creation?
I wish I could share my heart with you.
But you already have in so many ways. It is beautiful and adored. When movement slows and the dust settles, I hope you'll leave with me. Your lover drives a stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart?
Yeah,
because
the
I can't
music's
stand
really
to
good,
see
isn't
go?
it?
But the stakes meant nothing to you. You had a desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me and me lifting you. Forever and ever and ever. Consumed by true belief, there was nothing that could hold us back.
There's only one that can get to the bottom of this
What the
kind of thing.
fuck?
It's me. Why? Because I'm the king of bottoms.
God damn it! That feeling never left me.
Then there's no need for you to fight like we are. Whenever you're ready, we can leave together. Hand in loving hand.
Nope, you have to see things from my perspective.
If you need more time to open your eyes, then I will give you all the time in the world.
It's gonna close the damn program on us again. Watch this.
A shiver passes through you
Oh,
as
no.
unseen fingers, cold as the grave, dance across your skin. They remember the violence you inflicted on them, and yet they do not return it. I offer you a path to your redemption, and you take my hand in yours.
Yep, that was the dead girl one. Which
We
we...
felt the pain you caused another.
That one was
and you were
disturbing and
willing
kind
to
of awesome
sacrifice
at the same
everything
time.
You thought was you to set me free. Without sin, there is no redemption.
Goodbye, ghost girl. And I would sacrifice
There is
everything to
nothing
see
left
you
for
again.
to sacrifice, so long as you accept me with open arms.
As the clash between you abates, you begin to shake, your will rapidly dissolving.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
I am kind of voting for you. You've done everything you can to make me understand your perspective, but you keep dismissing mine. If you think you can change me, then I must be able to change you.
What I offer you is not perspective. It is truth.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
The voices are back! I have to pee.
All of them? I assume in the same way that you're all of you.
Where's everyone
They're
else?
still where you left them, stuck in the folds of this place. Part of me is with them, just like part of me is with you right now. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
Let's do it!
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick.
I'm ready.
Are you ready? Then let's go.
Let's go! Come, Chunky, turn me on. Oh. Slowly
Here we are.
recreating the world.
I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it? Do you need me to describe things?
I have to pee. Can I pee before we do this? Please? Like, let me go pee. I got to. So we're gonna take a quick break. I have to go pee. I'll be right back. We'll keep going. Back we go. Ready? We can explore. Let's do some explore. Do we want the descriptions or not? Not really. Is it just me, you and me? Did anyone else make it?
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
You know what? I want to hear the hero do the narration.
Of course.
Okay.
The interior of the cabin is, well, it's a cabin, yeah? There isn't much here, just a table and a knife and a door. And some windows.
Misa Cafe is a dreamer now.
Oh! Hello, Risa. Welcome to the Menagerie. I'm Carnival, and we are really far into Slay the Princess at this point. I am obsessed with this game. If we finish it tonight, we're going... Wow. If we finish it tonight, we're going to do another run.
You know, come to think of it, I don't think he ever really mentioned
Oh,
the
shit.
windows, did he?
I just got back from the bathroom, Ennui. No spoilers, we have not.
There's no mirror, either. I think you broke it. And I know you're still trying to find some middle ground, but if things go south, we're going to need that blade.
I really don't want the blade. Okay, I will leave this up to y'all, because I think we're only getting one shot at it this run. Take the blade, don't take the blade. No knife?
No blade it is. I'm not sure what we'll be able to do without it, but your judgment has gotten us this far. The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
I don't know what you want for us.
She sounded just like that. Timid and gentle. Only she didn't know us. And
Down the stairs we go.
We shouldn't keep her waiting.
Like, it has been incredible how much they've done with
There
this.
you are. You look just like you did when we first met. Let's talk for a bit. Maybe we can figure this out.
Because our god powers are tied to our subconscious. How we view reality is how reality is here. I don't want to be a god. That's been my recurring theme here.
I don't think I want that either.
Are you the same as you are out there?
I don't feel the same. I feel smaller.
What happens if we just leave?
Can we actually do that? What would that even mean? Where would we go?
We are gods. Yeah. Okay.
I want that too.
I think I'm gonna stay right here. Whatever you're doing right now, wherever you're going, it feels like it's for just the two of you.
Are you sure you don't want to come with me?
It wouldn't feel right, but I'll be okay. I don't think I'll be alone for long either. I'm sure I can find the others.
Let's go. You lead, and the princess follows, and together you leave the basement behind for the last time. It's quiet as you ascend, a comfortable silence filling a space that used to be flooded with violence and words and noisy thoughts. But there's an energy in the silence, an electricity, the anticipation of the unknown. At the top of the stairs, the princess stalls, eyes fixed on the cabin door. You can see attention seize her. She's unsure of herself for the first time in her long and short existence. She has no part to play anymore, and she knows this, yet she still is. Yeah, I'm sniffling a little bit. And then she crosses the room to the door outside. You follow her confident steps.
Come on, princess. It's just a door. Sorry, I'm just a little nervous. This is really it. Whatever happens next will be completely new.
You know what? I love you is the right comment at this point.
I love you too.
That was the end. We're gonna start a new run. The player character is a god! That was amazing. I'm... It's a bird hand. That was amazing. We're totally starting over, though. That guy. Thank you so much for playing. As an expression of our gratitude, here's the track order for a special playlist just for you. If you'd like to take a screenshot, you can hide the UI by hitting H. Comfy acquired. Are y'all ready for another run of this? Can we just keep loading emotion on top of ourselves over and over? Let's do this. New game. It would be amazing if the story shifted.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
Good cat.
And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
I will admit, whenever we go on break for anything, I stop and pet the puppy or the cat. Diz is currently passed the fuck out.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay, we're going to do this differently in order this time, so we're going straight in.
It's all part of the job. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
Yeah, it would be amazing, but I also would never expect it.
Before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
And off we go.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay, blade or no blade? I'm just going for the first person to say something, by the way, on these decisions. Oh, I'm going with first person to say something, so in this case, no blade. Fuck the narrator, just take it.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Have we done a loop that listens to the new voice 100%? Only that last time with the beast, but we've never done a second part that's completely following.
It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Hey, I think I'm here to slay you.
You must have the wrong address.
Okay, sorry then.
Great job. You've given away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero.
Avon calling.
Walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. You were joking about coming to kill me, right? Do you think you could
No,
get me out
wrong
of these
address,
chains?
sorry. Let's just go straight to trying to break her out.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you.
You know what?
you.
Yeah, fuck the narrator, we're gonna listen to the voices.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Nope, no key.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
So, every time we've gone and tried to go back up the stairs,
there's
so
some
we're
way
gonna
to
try
break the
going
chains?
around that this time.
Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free. You attempt to make your way out
Oh,
of the
nope,
basement,
it drags
but the
us
door
there.
at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
I know
You
that
try
these
the
don't
door.
go anywhere,
It's
but
locked from the outside. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely
Oh God, there it is
raises
again.
her arm to her mouth, the
Ah!
teeth tearing through her limbs
That still does
with
it for me.
the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
okay, I'm fairly sure we have never actually... You can't not grab the blade. Your choice is save or slay. We've definitely done save at this point, where we cut off her arm. Let's try killing her.
Without hesitation, you bring the blade down and plunge it into the princess's back. Finally, the wound drives her to the ground. Okay, there's no going back now. I'm with you to the end.
You bastard. Were you lying to me this whole time?
The princess pushes away from you, the motion ripping the blade
Oh no,
from
we
her
did
back.
do this. We've done both of these.
Wounded, but still alive, she crouches on all fours in the corner of the room and meets your eyes with the ferocity of a cornered predator.
You've made a terrible enemy, and there's nothing in the world that can possibly save you from me.
I thought we had the upper hand, but it's as if she's barely even threatened by us. It's an act. She's wounded and unarmed. There's nothing she can do to hurt you. I'm not
Yeah,
so
we've
sure.
done this too.
Don't waver now. As you ready your blade to deliver
Yep.
a lethal
Ugh.
blow, she lunges at your
That's
legs
so
with
hot.
the same animal ferocity she used to tear at her arm.
Aw, cat
Your
left.
knife cuts into her again and again as you're tackled to the ground, your body racked with pain as she rips into you with tooth and claw. Forget about trying to rescue her. This is about survival now. Give her everything you've got. Though your nerves are seizing with pain, you know you've done your fair share of damage as well, your blade having left deep gashes in the princess's back.
She's so cute with the claws and the fangs.
You seize a moment of hesitation to throw her off of you and shakily push yourself back to your knees. We can still turn this around.
finish the job? Or just kind of give up? I give up. We're done. Okay.
Steel your resolve and take another step closer to the princess. You probably
Yeah,
won't
we've
make it out
definitely
of
done
here
this one
alive,
before.
But you can still make sure that she won't make it out of here either.
Well, it's too late now.
Excuse me? What's this about not making it out of here alive? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone in this room is still standing right now. Don't act so surprised.
Can you not feel all those gashes and holes pulling you apart? If the princess doesn't do you in here, blood loss is certain to finish the job.
You take another step forward, and the princess lunges towards you. The two of you enter one last exchange, a flurry of blade and claw and fleshy ribbons. And then you stop. Neither you nor princess able to go any further. You collapse on the ground, and the princess collapses beside you. Blood pools around you both, and you watch each other fade away.
Later, Corey. Rest well.
After all this time alone, I thought I'd
Yeah, this is
finally
Ghost
found a
Girl.
friend, but you were just another monster, weren't you?
Silence as the room starts to get fuzzy around you. You've paid a terrible price, but you've saved us all. It's over.
If you think this is it, you're sorely mistaken. One way or another, I'll make sure you pay for this.
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The end.
You're on a path in the woods.
We've hit a
And at
chapter
the end
4.
of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
We already killed her.
You're
Time
here
to leave.
to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay, so this was how we got the ghost princess, I think.
I can assure you that you didn't.
I already
slay
killed her.
and that
Sure,
didn't
she got
kill
me,
you.
but I killed her.
People don't just spring back to life after dying, and the two of us are meeting for the very first time. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Brilliant. We need to keep our cards close to our chest, and I'm not sure we can trust him. You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me.
Okay. No. You don't
Did
think we've
I
been to this
say
cabin?
I'm not sure we can
Vault, do
trust
you
him?
remember?
Slip of the tongue, bit of the old brain fog. I meant to say that we should probably head over to the cabin and slay that princess. We already know we can't trust her, so let's get on with the show.
We've been here. We've definitely been here. So, should we run away, or should we go to the cabin? Oh, okay, that was the Spectre. This is the Witch. I'm still pretty sure we've done this one. Because I know we've had the Opportunist. Because I remember that voice. It was wonderful. Okay, should we run to the cabin then, or not? Go to the cabin, okay. DIY cat igloos.
A warning before you go any further.
I still don't think we can avoid all. We will come back to this eventually with a walkthrough and see if there's a way to do it.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her.
I kind of like playing
Don't
organically,
believe a word
though.
she says. Don't worry. You can trust us to get the job done. The interior of the cabin.
Oh, this is new, you're right.
Roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happened to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy.
This
is
neat. The only
furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay, we said we were going to listen to the voices.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Okay, take the blade.
Take the blade from the shelf. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Well, if we're grabbing a weapon, we should probably keep it hidden behind our backs. She doesn't have to know we have it.
Oh, can we hide the weapon?
That's not actually a bad idea.
That's new. It didn't give me an option to.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair.
Oh, that's a wonderful
the weak
phrasing.
Starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw, waiting to swallow you up into the earth. The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your
Copper
lungs
is
are being
blood.
coated in mud with each intake of
Enough
breath.
blood smells like copper.
If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice skitters up from below.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
I'm not nasty.
But you are. You're a wretched little thing.
I am not.
I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
She must have you confused with someone else. She seems friendly enough.
That's horny sounds, I think.
This whole situation. You can't, unless you say.
Nope, I've been told to talk my way out.
Break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say?
Put your hands up. You are arrested for being horny. You're
Okay,
going to
that's
horny
fair.
jail.
That's fair. That's fair.
Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk? You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly debate about what to do with the princess. Fine. You're the boss. Thank you.
Oh,
Descend
she's
the basement
cute.
steps, entering the dark room below. You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
She's so cute.
And there you are, one hand tucked away behind your back, gripping that sharp, sharp blade, no doubt.
That's no fair. How would she know that?
So, we've dropped the pretenses.
She can hear our voices this time.
You made a comment back in the woods about having been here before. Now she's acting like the two of you already know each other. Oh, no. You've already been here, haven't you? That's pretty
I have.
sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it. So, you really don't remember us, do you? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true. I'm just glad we could put all this behind us. Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her. Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe
let's chat her up.
Middle ground where everyone's happy. Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more
Voices said to
difficult
talk
than
to
they
her.
have to be.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
I know, things got messy, but... I could just hand her the knife. I could leave her in the damn basement. You know what? We'll start off with you gnawed off your fucking arm and it was creepy.
Things did get out of hand, didn't they? But it's hard to let bygones be bygones when they led to murder. And you
That's fair.
started it.
I made a mistake. We all make mistakes. I'm sure you've made
Smart.
mistakes.
Let's apologize. Get us back on the right foot.
Yes!
The only mistake I ever made was thinking you would help me. And I'm not going to make the same mistake twice.
Well, that leaves us at a stalemate.
But unfortunately, I need you if I'm ever going to leave this place.
Hell yes. Okay, what could go wrong?
You can't be serious.
I can.
Now, hold on. We should put this to a vote. The blade is one of our most valuable assets. We can't just give it to her. What if she uses it to kill us? I vote no. As do I. I, abstain? You abstain? She's going to kill us if we give it to her.
Okay. Are we listening to the voices or not? Because I kind of want to just give it to her anyway. She's gonna stab our ass. Okay, there's no proof that she'll kill us.
You're going to get everyone killed. You know that, right? But of course you do. You toss the blade at the princess's feet. She eyes it with suspicion before kneeling down to pick it up.
The cat face is super cute.
I wouldn't have done that. Why did you?
Oh, we're confusing her.
You hear a clanging of metal against the dirt floor, and the chains fall from the princess's wrist. She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart. It's a shame we just gave her a weapon, because if I were her, I'd use it on us right now. Luckily for us, you're not her. Oh, we sure think alike, though. I can promise you that. Whatever you say next, you better make it count. She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face.
What do you think happens now?
We're both scared and we're both hurting. If one of us doesn't make a change, we'll probably kill each other forever. You want that? I don't. We can be better than that. That's a good answer. Also, yeah, that hits so many of my buttons. Right there. We can be better than this.
Her shoulders tense and her eyes dart away.
This is another trick. You're trying to sow doubt, but it's not going to work on me.
And then,
well, I'm
she
dead.
The blade in your heart. What? No, come on, that's not right. I told you this is what she was going to do.
Well, crap.
Bleed dances across her face as you fall to the ground.
I did it. I got you. You...
The princess seems to tremble, her smile fading quickly.
Oh, look, she's feeling regret.
Her nervous eyes brim with tears.
Why? Why did you let me do this?
But you don't have the strength to respond, nor do you have the time.
Come on, chapter 3.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Yes!
You're on a path in the woods. I can't believe she actually stabbed us.
I
told you not to give her the blade. I told you it would come around to bite us. I voted against it. Yeah, we know. You already got your I told you so's in while we were bleeding out.
This is so good.
I just wanted to make sure that everyone here knows that I was and am on the right side of that argument. Oh, you're far from being on the right side of anything. You're fixated
Oh
on
my
the
god,
past,
now we have the
whereas what
opportunist
you
and the
should
smitten.
be is fixated on the future. Ho, a visionary. I like it. Tell me more. Gladly, my dear fellow. By cruelly turning on the princess in her moment of vulnerability, we made ourselves an enemy. But by mastering our fear and insecurity and handing over our power, we've begun a journey to something so deeper.
The smitten is so good.
I like journeys. Traveling is a bit of a passion of mine. It makes me so relatable. Now, where are we off to? Well, if we're lucky, it's a journey to love.
Ooh. A journey to love.
She hates us.
She hates us. No, she doesn't. She was concerned.
Does she? She hesitated before stabbing us to death. There might just be a kernel of affection in that angry, angry heart. As ridiculous as this guy is, maybe he has a point. I don't know if I necessarily buy into his whole love journey thing, but...
Nobody should love Journey. They were a terrible band.
Maybe she won't be as keen to betray us this time. We've already proven to her that we can change, so maybe she'll realise that things don't have to end in violence. You know, maybe you're right. In which case, I suppose the only thing to do is to get back to the cabin and give it another try.
This game is so good.
Give what another try exactly? You are aware I've been listening to you, right? It makes no difference if we conspire in the shadows or bear our intentions with open hearts. We are breaking your cruel cycle and whisking her away to freedom. Oh, are you now? Great, so you've obviously been here before, since you apparently died at least once.
Twice.
Actually. Sure. Twice. Then I'll spare you the little introduction I had planned. You already know about the princess, and clearly you already know that she's dangerous. So don't muck this up. It's bad enough that this isn't your first time through.
This place is different. It keeps changing.
Wonderful. If the woods themselves are changing, then that's all the more reason for you to take this seriously. It would mean your grip on things is slipping, which, in turn, likely means her influence is spreading.
And she dreamed of a starry night in a sparse wood. That's a good question.
Someone's in the know.
We collected all of them in one run last time, I think.
The more information you have, the more difficult
They
your
argued
task
with
will
each
be.
other.
Don't listen to her, definitely don't free her, and if you can, don't even think about her. You don't have to worry about me. My head's always empty. Except the thoughts of her.
My head's always empty. Except for thoughts of Girl Dick.
Yes. Good. Playing both sides. That's what smart people do, and you're the smartest in the room. I'm not sure it counts as playing both sides if people can hear you doing it.
Yep, moment of clarity seemed to have everything. Did we just hit a buffer, by the way? Because I just disconnected and reconnected from chat. Except for thoughts.
Buddy,
okay.
You're thinking in far too few dimensions. There's layers to doing this right, and I'm pretty sure the one making the choices gets that. Trust in the plan.
Okay, good.
Trust in what plan? The Decider's plan. Sure, we don't know what the plan is yet, but that's part of the whole trusting thing, isn't it? A good leader knows how and when to keep things secret, and sometimes a good leader even knows to keep things secret from himself. There isn't a plan, and that's the whole point. We're supposed to be guided by emotion. We're supposed to passionately live in the moment, and I'm sure that when the time comes, those passions will tell us to set our darling princess free. If I were you, I'd remember what she's done. You know how dangerous she is. And you should know that someone like her shouldn't be let loose upon the world.
Forward we go.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the base of the cabin.
Oh, now it's covered
it's
in
clear
vines.
Where everyone stands at this point.
Like thorn vines.
I don't know if I'd say everyone. You talking about me? I have a position. It's a good one, too. Ignore him, he's just talking for talking's sake. My position is the only one that matters. The princess
Reverse
is a threat
cowgirl.
She's a threat to me, and most importantly, she's a threat to the world. You know what you have to do.
Sex.
The interior
That
of
is
the
what
cabin
seems
is
to
hardly
happen,
an
yeah.
interior at all anymore. The
Oh, this is
burned-out
pretty.
ruins merely suggest the shape of the structure that once stood here, charred wood still reeking of ash. But beneath it lies the fresh smell of spring growth after rain.
There's no dagger.
Promise of new life in the wreckage of the old. The only furniture of note is the crisp shell of what was once a table. A pristine... Wait, this isn't right. There's supposed to be a pristine blade.
I don't like
Why
killing
isn't there
her.
a pristine blade? We gave it to her last time. She can't still have it, can she? Well, it's not here.
Well, that's
She
interesting.
has it. Let me guess. You want to get all chummy with her.
Yeah.
Look, as far as I see it, if it's between him and her, I say we side with the one who has the weapon. It's just the smart thing to do. I wouldn't be so hasty. I'm sure the blade will turn up somewhere. She can't have it. That's not how this is supposed to work. If she does have it, that's all the more reason to put our faith in her. We've already shown her our heart. Now she has to show us hers. Unless her heart tells her to stab us, which doesn't seem unlikely, so yes, I agree. Let's make sure we get on her good side. You're right, the mirror is back. There isn't anywhere for us to go. But there isn't a mirror. I still don't get his angle here. Either way, I say we take a look. It feels like it's been forever since we've actually seen ourselves. For all we know, our feathers are all out of place. And that's why we haven't yet won her heart. We must put our best face forward.
We did. We killed her first chapter.
Yeah, we can't go around looking disheveled.
And then she killed us second.
Takes care of his appearance. So, is the door to the basement behind the mirror? I promise you there isn't a mirror, and there isn't a door to the basement. The entrance is more of a burned-out frame than anything else, and it's right there on the far side of the room. Do you really not see it? You step forward and approach the scorched entryway leading to the basement. hesitating before you begin the descent. You know what you have to do. Wipe away the grit from the mirror, and behold our handsome features.
Fuck yeah, let's go be
Went away
handsome.
when we touched it last time.
Yep, that kind of makes sense, doesn't it?
You reach forward and wave your hand through the hollow entrance leading to the basement. You really thought there was a mirror there, didn't you? Alas, our fine features remain unseen. We'll just have to trust that she'll find us beautiful as we are. Well, seems like the only way to go is forward, isn't it? Yes, that's where everything tends to be. Let's just put on a good face and have our wits about us.
I love when we have multiple narrators. Or multiple voices.
You step through the frame of scorched wood and make your way into the darkness below. The stairs to the basement are covered in a fine layer of gritty ash. The air still feels warm, as if the fires that ruined this place had only recently been extinguished. Yet fresh shoots of thorny branches are already weaving themselves through the soot-covered earth of the walls around you. Their spines point courteously down towards the basement, so you're able to brush past their jagged points with ease. At least on the way down. But you don't need to think about the way back up just yet. That's a matter for after the world's been saved. These thorns are an expression of her pain. I know it. She's calling out for help. Her voice, worn down by pain and suspicion, hobbles up the stairs.
I do love the voice of the Simp.
I can't get away from you, can I? We kill each other and you come back. You let me kill you and you come back. I don't know why you let me do that. I don't know what you want from me.
I don't know what I want. I never really chose to come here.
I think you know how this goes. I'm down here and I can't leave. So, come down and talk. It's not like I can stop you.
You continue down the basement stairs, brushing past the smooth edges of thorns that grow more and more plentiful as you make your way forward. You step out into what was once a vast open
Oh,
cavern,
that's horrifying.
now overrun by briars and prickles and thistles, the space thick with hostile vegetation. At the heart of it all, encased in a tight weave of vines, is the princess, her bloody, trembling hands clutching a pristine blade.
Did you know this was going to happen to me? Are you here to watch me suffer? Are you here to laugh?
Leave, leave, leave. I can cut you free, but you'll have to give me the blade.
And I'm supposed to believe it's safe in your hands? That you aren't just saying what you need to say in order to fool me and save yourself?
The princess clutches the blade closer to her chest.
That sounds nice. I'm so tired of the bad blood between us. But it's hard to let it go. You've hurt me.
Her eyes dart away from yours for a brief moment.
This is rough.
And I've also hurt you.
Her eyes briefly meet yours, then dart back to the floor. She hangs her head in resignation.
Okay.
Give me the blade.
You reach towards her bloodied hands, laying your palm on her trembling fingers.
You know I'm gonna free her, right?
For a moment, she clutches it even tighter, her knuckles going white with the effort.
She's learning to trust.
But then the tension fades. Her grip finally loosens and she allows you to take the weapon. You carefully pull it free from the thorns, though they scrape at your skin, leaving red trickles of fresh blood all along your arms. She trusts us. She trusts us. Doesn't that set your heart aflutter?
I honestly can't kill her now. She decided to trust us.
Yeah, a little. It could just be nerves. Being this close to her does bring back unpleasant memories, but I don't know, it doesn't feel bad. It feels good. Like we're special to her. We are special to have gained an ounce of trust from a maiden so guarded. Now all that remains is to free her from her bindings. Yeah, let's do it. Let's show her how much both of us have changed. Or, hear me out, we slay her. Right here, right now. She's never been so helpless, and if we don't take advantage of that, we may never get another chance.
If there's ever a post-apocalyptic world, I'm fucking dying, because I won't be able to kill people.
Sounds like a splendid idea. You should listen to him.
Fuck you,
I see
narrator.
that the lines have been drawn.
Yeah, then you have to feed it.
It's 2 against 2.
You don't count, narrator.
You don't count. And why shouldn't he count?
Because he's not us.
Because he's clearly not one of us.
What the fuck?
That doesn't matter. He's been with us the whole time. He should get a say.
He got us stuck here.
So, did you mean it? Or was I a fool to hand my life to you?
Yes, what a good idea. Let's cut her free. Oh, so you're suddenly team free her. You can't just switch sides as soon as we make a decision. I can do whatever I want, and I believe with my whole heart that this is the right course of action. Let's free this princess. Everyone deserves a chance of redemption. Let him join us and be merry. We are all united by our passion. That's right. What he said. We've already given him a chance at redemption. And who says I don't deserve another? I really mean it this time. I'm big enough to admit when I'm wrong. So I want to help you all free her. And I have no problem with that. Welcome to the team. You're one of us now. One of the good guys. You take the blade to the thorny vines imprisoning the princess, and she flinches, relaxing only slightly as the blade slices into the vegetation rather than her arm.
Apparently I'm the fucking hero.
And she flinches again as the last of the vines is cut
I don't
away,
even know how to
as
feel
if,
about that.
After all of that, she's still expecting you to turn on her and stab her in the heart. But you're not going to do that, are you? Still, all it would take is a single slip of the blade. Such a pathetic attempt at distraction and subterfuge. Our blade is a dashing sword, and every dashing sword is an extension of its hero. It won't slip. You're right. He can't even make it slip, can he? He's a bit of a nobody. Good thing I've been on your side of all this since the beginning. The princess falls into your arms, tears streaking down her cheeks. I can't believe you're making me describe this. I hate you.
You actually meant it. You rescued me.
The thing that weirds me out the most about this is that in our dream version of the princess, she is never frightened of us, being a huge bird monster.
Do you see the way she's looking at us? Kiss her. Kiss her now before the moment ends.
Fuck it, let's kiss her.
Can you actually do that? No, you can't. Absolutely not. You know as well as I do that we can. And we wouldn't want to throw away a chance for a special moment, now would we?
Quick save complete!
If I were only capable of throwing myself off a bridge.
Oh my gosh.
Well, are you going to describe our steamy, romantic kiss?
Yes, please describe.
You lean in and you kiss her. And she reciprocates enthusiastically. It's done. Are you happy now? Come on now, this is the big moment. You can do better than that. Ugh, fine. You and the princess lock eyes and stare deep into each other's souls with all the roaring emotion that comes from letting what once was hatred turn into pure, unbridled passion.
No, we're stasis. The narrator is actually trying to place things in stasis by creating us. One second. There is the natural order, which the narrator split into two different entities, one of which was to destroy the other, which would create stasis because entropy is the natural order of all things, change. So the mound, the princess, her mounds. Why is she the mound instead of the pair of mounds? Yeah.
You're making fun of us. And then each of you close your eyes and kiss. Words can describe neither the nuclear fire nor the oceanic depth of your connection.
And then snoo.
Please. I think he actually likes romance. If history itself were not about to end, historians would document this moment for the rest of time. Musicians would write era-defining ballads, and great artists would expend entire lifetimes trying to merely capture the spark you hold right now. He's making fun of us. It doesn't matter either way, because this is good stuff.
Snoo.
I'm aware of my skills. But unfortunately for you, the moment doesn't last forever. You open your eyes, the princess smiles gently up at you. Time for you to damn the whole world to oblivion, I suppose.
Sounds good.
That was nice.
Her hand slips into yours, and the two of you rush.
I like how the vines are now part of the dress.
Shameful, really, that the same thorns that so graciously allowed you downstairs are now blocking your only way out.
We've got a dagger.
Please, after all the trials we've been through, do you really think a few measly thorns can stop us? Love is an even more powerful weapon than our blade. We cut through those other vines just fine. They're only thorns. I'm not afraid of getting a few scrapes. I'm not even sure we need to do any cutting. We can just move them out of the way. What a pathetic showing, really.
A few pointy sticks can't keep us down here. We're both meant for so much more than this.
So, I think the Smitten actually is the most powerful voice because it is the only true believer.
As you step into the thorns covering the basement stairs, they yield. Both you and the princess ascend the stairs without obstacle. This is unacceptable. The second you step out of this cabin with her, the world ends. Do you hear me? What did the world ever do to you to deserve this? Your nightmare is our dream. Whatever world would condemn star-crossed lovers like us to a cycle of violence and despair isn't a world worth saving. We'll weave something new together. Something better.
This is so cheesy, and I'm still kind of on the verge of crying.
You and the princess hesitate at the cabin door. This is your last chance. We've already made our decision.
And then we stab her in the throat.
We're finally leaving here together, aren't we? And all we had to do was trust each other. It wasn't easy, but I'm glad we finally could.
Oh, well, never mind. It won't let me.
Hands clasped, the two of you open the door and step out into a new day, you irredeemable murderers.
What do we do now? Where's everything going? Why is it so cold?
I think the narrator created the world. Okay, round one. You do not have an opportunity to respond. Something has taken her away, and it's left something else in her place.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Yep.
He is. Does
the narrator
that
is
mean
gone.
The world ended? We're top of the pecking order now. Right, boys?
That's
The
right.
villain vanquished.
Let's go
Does this
find
mean
her.
We won. Right. She's gone. It's just us and that awful thing. I can't believe she was taken away from us. There's something dreadful about it. I don't think you should. Yes. I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right? If they think it's bad, I'm with them.
I dislike that it never gives me the option to just not do it.
It's different now. It feels, I don't know, final.
You approach the mirror. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. You're alone in a place that's empty. It is quiet here. Back to the cabin. You're at the cabin.
Something finds me in
She's
the
pretty.
quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
Fuck it, let's kill the entity! Oh, nothing happens.
My roots burrow in an ocean beyond your sight. We cannot harm each other as we are now.
Do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you. I'm sorry.
Let her out.
There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me. I promise that it doesn't hurt. Yes, nerves and fibers to
Just
feel,
feel the worlds beyond.
Perspectives to make my own. This one yearns for connection she feels she doesn't deserve. Even when shown compassion, she hid herself away. She will make for a cautious heart. Do not mourn her. She isn't alone anymore. I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
Do you know the narrator?
You
Do you
are the
know the
only
Muffin
thing I
Man?
have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us. Nothing, as we are, but I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. bring me more perspective.
Okay, I think we can
so
do
that
one
I
more
can be
run.
whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom. I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
I was sent to slay the princess and stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're going to do?
Ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remove. How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
Okay, I am going to run to pee one more time.
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished, dry, hollow.
But I am just going to go ahead and make us forget
She
this
asks
time.
that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Okay. I'm not going to put us on commercials. I'm just going to run and pee, and then I'll be
You're
right
on a
back.
path in the
This is so
woods,
good.
And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin
Oh,
is a
okay, but I can go do that. I'll be right back. I'm going to go down and try that. Let's see if I can go into the basement
You're
and then
here
surrender.
to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world. I'm talking about the end of every...
Okay. I'll go to the cabin, I'll talk to her. If she's as bad as you say she is, then maybe I'll slay her. But I'm not committing to anything.
Then
I
guess
like
we'll
that
just
one.
have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out. Then each and every one of us is doomed.
I don't want to be doomed, but I also don't want to go around killing random princesses. That's no basis for a rule of government. That's right, I totally fucked up a Monty Python reference.
So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us.
Okay, we're gonna try
Make your
going
way up
in.
the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
We go in the cabin. We ignore the dagger, we go downstairs. We let her chew through her arm, we get the
interior
dagger,
of the cabin
we
is
start the
almost
fight,
entirely
and then we
bare.
don't finish the
air
fight.
is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust.
I'm having to
Only
remind
furniture of
myself.
note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay, no blade.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place.
By the way, hi
The
back
air
there,
feels
Zach.
heavy and damp.
Haven't seen you in a while.
hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood.
Just see you lurking, so thought we'd say hi.
Really lives here. Slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Hey, I think I'm here to slay you is what we did last time.
You must have the wrong address.
I love that line.
Great job. You've given away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Okay, I'm trying to repeat as much of the last path as we can.
Hi. You were joking about coming to kill me, right? Do you think you could get me out of these chains?
I'll see what I can do.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
No key.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Okay. I'll be here. Good luck.
You attempt to make your way. Is someone else here? You try the door. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I
Here
could
we
just
go.
get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth
Why does that
tearing
do
through her
things to
linen
me?
with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Okay, slay the
Without
princess.
hesitation, you bring the blade down and plunge it into the princess's back. Finally. The wound drives her to the ground. Okay, there's no going back now. I'm with you to the end.
You bastard. Were you lying to me this whole time?
Okay, that might actually be part of it.
The princess pushes away from you, the motion ripping the blade from her back. Wounded, but still alive, she crouches on all fours in the corner of the room and meets your eyes with the ferocity of a cornered predator.
You've made a terrible enemy, and there's nothing in the world that can possibly save you from me.
I thought we had the upper hand, but it's as if she's barely even threatened by us. It's an act. She's wounded and unarmed. There's nothing she can do to hurt you.
That is such bullshit. And like, that right there, why would you ever trust the narrator again?
I'm not so sure. Don't waver now. As you ready your blade to deliver a lethal blow, she lunges at your legs with the same animal ferocity she used to tear at her arm. Your knife cuts into her
Yep,
again,
still hot.
and again as you're tackled to the ground, your body racked with pain as she rips into you with tooth and claw. Forget about trying to rescue her. This is about survival now. Give her everything you've got. Though your nerves are seizing with pain, you know you've done your fair share of damage
yeah,
as well.
that does
your
make
blade having
sense.
left deep gashes in the princess's back. You seize a moment of hesitation to throw her off of you and shakily push yourself back.
But that wasn't the question. Once you remember that scene, why would you ever remember him, believe him the second go-through? Because you don't know that that's how it works at this point.
We can still turn this around.
Give up!
Are you serious? A As what's left of your blood pools around you on the cobblestone floor, the blade falls from your trembling hands and clatters uselessly against the ground. I suppose you simply lacked the will to finish the job. The princess, wounded but still alive, nervously jumps at the blade and kicks it far away from you before retreating into a dark corner of the room.
This is new.
Her shining eyes watch you from the darkness, unblinking and curious as you bleed out. We can only hope the wounds you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, they'll kill her before she can reach the outside world.
After all this time alone, I
Oh,
thought
that's the
I'd
same line.
finally found a friend, but you were just another monster, weren't you?
This is the end, isn't it? Before you can answer, everything goes dark, and you die.
Okay, so this is another way to get the beast.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her.
Yep, so
If
what
you
did we do
don't,
different this
it will
time?
be the end of the world. Oh, don't
No.
you start grandstanding about morals. The fate of the world is at risk right now, and the life
Ooh,
of the
there's a good
princess
idea.
shouldn't stop you from saving us all. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
It's not.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then something else must have trapped us here. You're not trapped here. Nobody's forcing you to do anything, though the only sensible thing
Okay,
to
good
do
night,
right
Corey.
now is march up to that cabin and slay the princess. Those are two very different questions, but let's... If you're
This is just me getting us back
I
through the
believe what you
dialogue.
mean. Yeah, if it's the latter, do you think the people... All the more you have...
Okay.
Just be quick about it.
How can I make
Professor,
sure she
if
doesn't kill me?
It was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk to her, don't trust her, just go in, do your job, and save the world.
She killed me by ripping me to
Just
pieces.
Can. Believe me, I wish I could tell you more, but you'll just have to trust that what I'm saying is true, and that, despite it all, you're fully up to the task that's been given to you. I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult. If you want us to stand a chance against her, we need to be armed with information. What is she really capable of? How are we supposed to stop her? Not to sound like a broken record, but the less you know about her, the better things will go for all of us. I know it sounds like I'm hiding something, but you're just going to have to take me at my word. You're afraid, aren't you? Just like us. Of course I'm afraid. Fear is an extremely normal thing to feel when the fate of the entire world is at stake. But that's not the only thing you're afraid of. You're scared of something worse.
Oh, this is different.
Stop projecting your neuroses onto me and just get to the cabin already. People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
Why couldn't they slay her?
I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special. You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps, but it's just the way things are. Oh, I didn't know we were special.
We're special.
Of course you're special. Why else would you be here? Special can mean all sorts of things. Don't let it make you careless. We need clear thoughts and pricked ears. Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
I also just kind of want to leave. But we'll go to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. The interior of the cabin is ruinous and dilapidated. It feels like no one has lived here for a long time. Wind rushing in through cracks and holes in the wooden
Termite
walls.
blade again.
The only furniture... The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Very different.
The cabin's different.
I wonder why. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up. A lot's riding on this.
Okay, so we take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
And let's go.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what's left of an old wooden staircase. It's still sturdy enough that you can make your way down in one piece, though you'll have to be mindful of holes. The air seeping up from below is oddly warm and wet, as if you're descending into a jungle. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. She growls up the stairs.
I can smell you.
She sounds almost feral, impatient, or maybe eager. You carefully make your way down the stairs.
Oh, we don't smell the same this time.
The last step gives way to the damp earth floor of a starlit pit. The walls are obscured by an impenetrable darkness, giving the illusion that the room might stretch on forever. You brush against the wide leaves of plants that surround you on all sides, seemingly the only living things that occupy this strange underground wilderness. The jungle is pressing in on us, hiding her from view. She could be anywhere. You see
there
only
she
a flash
goes.
of the princess before she scurries away into the underbrush, dragging her heavy chain behind her. Remember, she's just a princess.
Too late.
She is certainly not just a princess. You're not helping. It doesn't matter what she is. It only matters what she does. Her shining eyes appear between the leaves, staring hungrily at you from the darkness.
I can hear your heart pounding from the bottom of the stairs, fledgling. You're right to be terrified. I'm so much more than you. And a little splinter clutched in trembling hands won't save you from me.
A shiver rushes up your spine and pulls you upright. The air's shifting. She's getting ready to pounce. Move, now.
You know what? I'm gonna try saying that she's in chains, and we're fine.
We're not. Move. There's a shift in the humid air, and something enormous.
Holy shit!
Lunges from the shadows, her maw unhinged and dripping, her eyes fierce and full of hunger. She is too quick to outrun, too nimble to outmaneuver, too determined
Oh,
to
she ate me.
overpower. This is her domain. You are devoured. I guess that's it then, isn't it? Unfortunately for you, no. This isn't it. You are in a dark and
Oh,
cold
shit.
place. A thick, fibrous lining constricts around you, its slick surface impossible to grip. Your hands scrabbling uselessly
We're
at your surroundings
four.
as they compress in on you. Your lungs can barely expand in such a tiny space. Not that the humid, finite air grants you more than a few shallow breaths at a time.
Cut our way out.
You spoke when you needed to act.
The liquid pooling beneath you starts to seep into your skin. You itch, then sting, then burn as the acid begins its slow work.
When I killed you, I tried to leave this place, but it wouldn't let me. You belong down there, it screamed at me. The world is better off without you in it.
The flesh around you rumbles as the princess begins to move, her thundering footfalls twisting you helplessly about. Your skin protests as the corrosive liquid sloshes around you.
Oh god,
There will
she's
be
just
no
carrying us
rescue
in her
in
stomach
sight.
to try and leave.
The burning grows stronger, and you can feel layers of you being peeled away.
But you don't belong down here. You came from somewhere else. You came from out there. So I consumed your dead heart, and I carried it in my throat, and I draped what was left of you on my back, and I threw myself against that door.
She stops, her muscles tensing around you, and through the muffling layers of her flesh, you hear the whine of straining metal. And with a pop, she lurches forward, your body lurching right along with her. Her chains. She's loose.
But even then, it denied me freedom. You cannot fool me by draping yourself in decay. I know your true nature, and it is suffering.
Gravity pulls at you as you're hefted upwards, the distant creaking of ancient wooden steps barely audible over the thudding of the princess's heart.
Now we kill ourselves.
And then it was gone, and I was here. A new enclosure, a nicer cage, but still a prison. I learned from my wounds. You're alive now. We can leave together.
Does that work? Could she free herself if we're alive in here? Do you really need me to give you a definitive answer for you to understand that the situation is grim? Stop her. Do something. You still have that steel claw. Tear through her before we are her. Survive. Or we could use it to make this quick for ourselves. If she needs us in order to leave, we could at least deny her that. That is a bad thing to do.
You know what? Let's just tell her.
I'm so very, very patient. If it takes lives and lives and lives to swallow my way to freedom, then that is what I'll do.
Wait, can you talk to the cabin?
I understand it, and it understands me. Talking is for those who don't know how to listen.
Your body is violently jostled, the disruption causing burning skin to slough from raw muscle, and you hear what you can only assume is the princess pulling against the door to the cabin.
I talk too much again.
The cage is still locked.
I don't think we can talk our way out of this. We are drowning in death. There's no more space for words.
You know what? Screw you!
In an act of spiteful defiance, you pull your weapon to your throat, your shaking, ulcerous hand clenched tight around its hilt. And then you draw it across your bubbling veins.
Consent is important, but too late now.
Tiny space inside the princess. You start to fade. A waste of a good life. It's better than giving in to her. But in the end, the opinions of stray voices mean little in the grand scheme of things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The wild. Oh, this is new.
We are a path in the woods. We have no beginning, and we have no end. But something cold and unnatural sits watching us from just beyond our edge. His gaze pushes against our borders, curling them in on themselves, preventing them from stretching to the places they need to reach.
No, that's all wrong. You're not a path in the woods, you're on a
This
path.
is interesting.
Who's even saying that? That's not the princess, is it? Oh no. How many times have you been here? I think this is our third? That's bad. That's very, very bad. It wasn't even supposed to reach 2. If you're at 3, well, no wonder things aren't the way they're supposed to be.
Holy crap.
Let's get our facts straight. What happened last time? What could you have possibly done for things to be like this?
The thing that sits beyond our edge speaks his logic into us. He tries to grasp at things that cannot be grasped. He tries to stare with wide pupils at that which can only be held from the corner of the eye or with a passing glance.
Shut up. The rest of you, talk. What happened? What did you do?
We're part of her because she consumed us. Can she hear us if we talk?
I can hear everything, little one, but you don't have to be afraid of me. There's no place where you end and I begin. Nothing can hurt you here. Not anymore.
This is so cool.
It shouldn't count as her eating us if we offed ourselves.
We're still here, though.
Great, we got the stubborn back.
If we're safe, isn't that better?
I guess this is...
Hey, Zach. I'm doing okay.
Bad. Miles better than being dissolved, anyway.
Gearing up for a big refresh in a couple weeks. Well, just over a week now.
She ate you.
How are you doing?
And now you're convinced that you're stuck together. What a mess.
He doesn't understand. We aren't convinced of anything, and we aren't stuck together. We're one. This is how we're supposed to be. Can't you feel it?
Same theme, new model, new set, new setup. It'll be interesting. I've been working on it for a while. Let's do our one explore.
I'm not watching you, I'm trying to help you. That's not an answer to our question.
It really does.
I don't know what he is. I only know that he is something other, and that he wishes for you and I to tear ourselves apart.
I wonder if we can just combine now. Like, fuck the narrator.
I do want that, but only because it's in your best interests. It's in everyone's best interests. You won't be able to slay her unless you remove yourself from her.
He wants us to kill each other.
I don't. I want you to kill her. Don't be charmed by her faux solidarity. You're not in this together.
We're one, so right now, if I kill her, it would kill us.
She's the only one who poses a threat to the world, and she's trying to make you go along with it. You don't have to enable her, especially when you have what it takes to stop her.
I don't do a lot of jump scare horror. I much prefer kind of existential horror, so there's a lot of context. But also, we don't always do horror. I've had enough of this guy. How do we stop him?
It may feel like he's everywhere, but presence isn't strength. Otherwise, he would have torn us apart by now. There must be a crack in the walls of this prison. There must be a way for us to be free from him.
I miss them too. We ended up with 2.5 months of hate raids, though, so I kind of had to change format. I was burned out.
After everything she's done, you should be able to see that. I may not have been around to witness it, but clearly you remember what happened. How about
For real, 2.5 months of hate raids.
how it all felt?
And I burned out and just redid everything. Turn inward and find your freedom.
You fall inward, into a network of connections too vast for your mind to occupy. Are you a path in the woods? Are you a body? Can you even grasp the fuzziest edges of the shapes that confine you?
This kind of lets me expand a little bit, not having to always be one thing. If that makes
We
sense.
can change to fill them together.
We don't need to be everywhere. We just need to test the boundaries.
Yep. We do movie nights now. That's a new thing. End of the month, we'll be doing Day of the Triffids and Plan 9 from Outer Space this month.
You'd do best to remember that some wounds will never heal. Some rifts can never be mended. Even in rebirth, some things never come back the same.
That's okay. Change is natural.
What is he going on about? What does he know about us? He can't make us quit, no matter how much he tries. He knows that talking's all he can do. Of course he's gonna try and confuse us. You aren't whole. You'll never be whole again. This struggle is meaningless. Whatever you think you're doing.
So he is trying to convince us that we'll fall apart, but we've got the stubborn with us. The stubborn can save us.
We don't need to be made whole. All we need to do is find a single corner of his cage and break it.
There's a place you need to be. You just need to find it.
Stretch and search and stretch and search, growing as you decay and decaying as you grow. As you strain beyond your limits, the ground around you becomes dry and unstable and crumbles into nothing beneath you. This place will fall apart before you find its end.
Good.
This task, whatever it is you think you're doing, is impossible. All he has are words, and words aren't real. We're real. All the more reason to keep trying. Come on, we aren't tired yet.
I can hold us together for a little while longer, so long as you trust me.
I trust you. Let's get out of here.
You won't find anything if I have to starve you, if I have to sacrifice my world to keep the
I still
princess
like doing
away.
fun stuff,
I'll
though.
do it.
But you do find something. It's cold and smooth and gently buckles, then cracks under the pressure of your consciousness flattening against it.
Don't move an inch. Don't grow another blade of grass or harvest the remains of another dying creature so you can expand just that much further. Stop all of this. Right now.
Nope,
I think it's
I'm
too
winning.
late for that, mate.
I'm at your side. Shatter it, and free us all.
I'm out of the cage.
No, stop!
Coming out of my cage and I'll be doing just fine. Sorry. But his pleas disappear at the sound of breaking glass. For a moment, you and she gaze through the tiniest hole in the world at the place you need to be.
Is this what he kept from us? Is this why he made us kill each other?
Yeah, color.
It's beautiful. We need to be there. We won't be safe until we are. We won't be whole. This was all of us, fighting as one.
And then it's gone.
Where did it go? Why is everything so cold?
I love that we seem to find one hyper-meta thing every time we play this. But you never get the chance to answer her. You turn to see her gone behind you. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
Hey, Spoopy, how's it going? We're wrapping up here, but welcome. Nice to see you tonight. Just trust me, we've been here before and you always get scared.
Bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. Things of death.
We actually finished one run through of the game earlier tonight, so I'm not going to spoil that for you, Zach.
through the mirror. We just need to find the princess.
Okay. If you say so, we'll trust you. I'd like to be somewhere nice.
Maybe there'll be a good fight there. Maybe we'll find her again.
This is a new one, though. This is nuts. What's our reflection this time? Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've grown. You find yourself in the long quiet again. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Flickering lights and empty
Oh, wow.
cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is like a shadow of me, twisting vines in search of answers. She will make for a curious heart. Do not mourn her. She has found what she yearned for.
Freedom. When I go back, it's as if an invisible wall closes around me. Why can I not do the same things I've done before?
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
I have gone through about 40 ounces of water during this stream, by the way. I'm gonna kill you.
There is still much to be seen. Neither of us know the depths of our being. Perhaps at the end of this, I will be the one to kill you. Or perhaps we will leave this place together and find new horizons to discover.
The more times I go back, the worse I fear things will be.
The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but their impulses are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them, you are a gate to something more, and any hurt you've caused them is understood as a fair price for freedom. But they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could
This
not
is
feel the
so...
joy of
wow.
having you by my side.
Hey,
For
Phantom.
I would not know
Sorry
you
we
had
didn't
seen.
notice you. We got wrapped up. It's almost into stream for us tonight, but God, I love this.
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. My joy
Oh, this
in
is so
seeing what we
beautiful.
choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
How much Darktide did you play tonight, Phantom? I kill myself. Nope, can't kill myself. One of the many hands in front of you reaches forward and gently touches the side of your face. Ooh, Bigfoot.
There's nowhere for you to be but here.
Why are you so
Why
kind?
wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
Huh. Interesting. So, this is where we end stream, everyone. We're going to get back to the beginning.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am.
Zach, we've been doing Darktide once a week for the past few weeks. We just did it yesterday.
We will meet again.
And I will save. I will save. I am also a new player. Gage has been playing with me on stream, as has Ennui, and Gage's boyfriend, Azari, and occasionally Pixelated Owl. It's been really fun.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path,
Okay. And that is where we're ending for the night. On to our next path of our second playthrough. Holy crap. I cannot believe that we just, finished a game and went, and now another round, bartender. That is how you know it's a good game, right? And nothing has felt like a repeat. Mention this.
Hot demonesses in your area. No credit cards.
God damn it.
No BS. Worship
God
demon
damn
God
it.
now.